Hey, I'm Kev and welcome to North Coast Workshop. Today I'm doing a wee video on the wee annoying things that bug me about this Cupra R. Don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant car. I've had it for over 10 years now, but there's a lot of things that I thought they could have made better at the start when they produced these cars, and things that just kind of annoy me throughout ownership. So I'll run through these things, and you may have some issues with your car, whether it's a Leon as well, or maybe a different model altogether. So yeah, down in the comments below, I'll be interested to see exactly what issues you have with your car, and also here I am. Yep, and leave down below in the comments as well if you've had any similar issues yourself with your car, whether it's a Leon or a different car altogether. And yeah, I'd like to see exactly what your gripes are and if you agree with some of these ones for this car. So let's get started. First up is the issue in the back seat. Nope, that's not my daughter Millie.
Yo, microphone check, make it a microphone check, give it a microphone, I make it a microphone dead.
It's the seat that she's on and the fixing points at the back. I'll show you in detail in a second. So what the issue is this ISOFIX that the Seat Leon has, and where it's positioned. I'll look at this one here. In this space here, it's really awkward to get to. And once the seat is actually in place, it's constantly squashing down on the cushion part. And once you remove the seat, then it just stays squashed the whole time. So yeah, really annoying that they didn't just do what maybe Audi do and make wee caps on these bits here that could be removed. Also in the back, just going to say how flat the rear bench is, and on these nice good looking quilted leather seats, they look the part, but for like being practical, they're not very practical for passengers because they sit on there, nice shiny flat surface, and cornering pretty hard, you could find out that your passenger's gone out the side door. So these could do with being a bit more shaped and formed, just so they're actually more supported to the rear passengers. You all right there? Get off. As well, we've got these nice gloss back seats, and as you can see, my daughter's feet are awful close to them, and yeah, they often get kicked, these seats, and leave lots of little scuff marks on them. So yeah, they look brilliant, but when it comes to having kids in the back, these things are going to get scuffed to bits, and it's a pity because they look so good, but I can't really see. Oh yeah, you can see the marks on it. It's quite bad. Oh dear. So yeah, it might come to actually putting a seat cover over that seat or a towel or something, just so her feet aren't damaging the back as much as they are just now. So I've stopped the video here because going by the state of those seats, I had to do something about it straight away. So I took the car into the garage that night, and using a battery drill, a polishing pad and oil glue polish, I managed to get out the majority of those scratches. A few deeper scratches still remain, but the majority of the smaller ones have all gone. So it's definitely something worth giving a go yourself if you've got a similar issue. Okay. Back to the video. Right, into the front. So into the front, and this is something that's annoyed me for a while, but it's common knowledge that, yeah, Cupra R, top of the range car, comes all with the badges and the engine, but it's missing the armrest. The rare armrest that you sometimes get in cars. I think it's an optional extra, and that's why only some cars have the armrest fitted. If you ever have a car that's getting broken up, dismantled, armrest is always the first question they ask. Have you got an armrest? And if so, how much are you wanting for it? It'd be nice if the Cupra R had quilted, like same style as the seat, a nice quilted armrest just here. I'll actually put a clip on the screen just now of an owner who's retrimmed an armrest in the same as this, and it looks really smart. The interior is awesome, and the armrest looks the part. Something else in the front that bugs me is the plastics are really, really scratchy. Cheap plastics, front and back, but yeah, just some parts are squidgy, so this part's nice and soft here. It's fine. The glove box isn't too bad, but these doors are horrendous, like just really nasty scratchy plastic. Same in the center console, scratchy plastic, just kind of, this is when it comes to the difference between Seats and Volkswagen nowadays. Seats are obviously known as the cheaper out of the three, and this could be a major cost saving, is having these kind of scratchy plastics all over the place. Then also we've got the door pockets. They are very, very small, can't get anything in them really at all, bar some baby wipes. They're so thin that nothing else fits in them. Usually on door pockets you get a slightly deeper bit at the bottom here, so you can put maybe a large juice bottle in it. You maybe get like a thin 500ml bottle in there, but apart from that, nothing else is going to fit in there at all. So outside now in the stormy weather, it is horrendous. How bad does that look? Maybe the camera's picking up. Hopefully you can hear with the noise of the wind because it is really windy. Anyway, next up we've got the scuttle panel. So the scuttle panel is known for leaking water through the fixings, and the water trickles down the bonnet. So it trickles down through the fixings for the scuttle panel and through here, and if you don't have an engine cover on, usually it attacks cylinder 4 where the coil and the spark plug is, and you usually find a lot of corrosion around that area. So if you haven't checked and you've got a car like this with no engine cover, do check where cylinder 4 is. That's where it is, under my cover there. This is usually damp as well, the sound deadening material. Mine has been damp, but once I fixed it, it's still showing the signs of the watermarks where it was going mouldy. Yeah, what I've done is you take this off, you then remove the scuttle panel, you can seal up the holes, which is like that one there. Seal up with silicone sealant all the way along. My one's actually got a centre hole here with a hose fixing on it, and the hose run all the way down here to this bit here, and the water, any water that does gather in the scuttle panel actually drains out here just above the headlight. So yeah, you don't have to do that though. People just tend to seal up all the holes across there, and that stops any water from entering the engine bay. So next up around the front of the car is these lights. So as you can see, there is like this speckled effect, and it looks like it's on the surface on the outside, but it's not. It's actually on the inside. The lens starts to deteriorate over time, and you get this really bad kind of speckly, I don't know what you would call it, it looks like a kind of stone chipped effect. Numerous times of trying to polish the outside of the lens, and it hasn't made any difference because this is inside the lens. So this is where the issue is, and the only way to fix it is to actually get a new lens altogether. And also while we're doing the outside of the car overall looks really good. You've got your nice 19-inch alloy wheels, your big red brakes behind them, gloss black mirrors. Coming onto the back of the car, you've got your nice gloss black roof spoiler for the Cupra R, and your double exhaust in the middle there. Overall, looks really good. I'm pleased with the way the car looks, but I just think they could have done a few more things just to get it just looking that bit better. The K1s and the BTCC body kits look really, really nice on the other Leons, and I just think they could have done with having like side skirts for the Cupra R of some sort. Even if it's like a small gloss black lip along the bottom of the side skirt would look really good, but these side skirts are just completely plain. You can actually see the speckle effect along the bottom, so it's actually just part of the bodywork there, nothing covered up. And the front bumper, it's the same as you'd find on the Cupra, with the 3 vents under the grille here. The only difference being is the R badge on it. I've added this TRC splitter along the bottom here, but again they could have just done with making the Cupra R bumper maybe slightly different than Cupra, because looking at these cars from the front, the only difference that you'll see to the car is that WE-R badge on the grille. Apart from that, everything else at the front will be the same Cupra or Cupra R. And I don't know if it will show very well here as well, but the same thing as the headlights is these rear quarters suffer really badly from like a kind of speckled cracked effect, and behind them as well. The plastic again deteriorates over time, if it is plastic or whatever it's made from. When the sun goes through them from inside, it looks really bad, like it's actually been cracked somehow. But yeah, like I said, the overall look at the car, I do like it. I am planning on lowering it in the next few months. The ride height, I think, as standard, maybe do with going down maybe 15-20 mil. Wow, this weather has properly turned horrendous. I am going inside. These clouds are getting bad. Oh. It is stormy outside. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then hit the thumbs up button. If you want to catch more videos like this about the Leon or maybe other stuffs in the garage, then hit the subscribe button down below. I want to get home now, warm up, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.